Hey guys, it's Woody. So it's been an interesting day, good day. Um, I just got home, kind of. I'm I'm home. I'm on home time. Um, and talking to my new DM. I got a new DM. I don't know if I've talked about that or not yet. Um, but yeah, I got a new DM, and it's been working out pretty good. I was unsure of it at first, um, but it's been working out really good. I haven't, you know, been without anything. Fuel, DEF, um, loads. I'm always getting pre plans now. It's cool. I'm running my butt off, or at least I was the last 3 days. I had two loads yesterday. Um, and then I got a load here, and and I mean he's been giving me little pointers here and there and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then so I got here, and another thing, like small things, um, I deliver a load on time, and he sends a thank you or a good job or attaboy, whatever. So I told him today, I was like, thanks. Um, there was a few messages sent, but thanks was one of them. Another one was, thanks for your help and your motivation and everything like that. And he said, he's like, I try. And um, he said, I try. And I'm trying to remember the whole message. He's like, I don't. Okay, I got it this time. He says, I try, and it's guys like you who, you know, keep things moving and put food on the table. And, I told the boss, um, that you've been rocking it. I don't know why I kept hearing that you were having so many problems. You keep proving them wrong. So I was like, that's cool, man. Like, just switching DMs. I pretty much been doing the same thing that I've always been doing. Um, Actually, I'm doing a little bit less now. Like, normally, I send in my fuel requests every day. I haven't had to. I get fuel stops. And I'm not even sending them in, and I am supposed to send them in every day. But, like on the way here, normally they'll send me out here with like a quarter tank or, um, like, I'm tired, guys. My math is off. Or 3/8. Yep, 3/8. I've been up since 12:30 this morning, and anyway, 3/8 of a tank. And by the time I get here, I'm down to an eighth of a tank. And then when I get back from home time, I have to sit there and wait for my fuel stop to come before I can start moving, and then I have to get fuel, which takes more time and more planning and all that stuff. So now I'm here. I have 3/4 of a tank. I don't have to worry about fuel when I get back from home time. So, just stuff like that, like make it so I'm not gritting my teeth the whole time I'm out here. And then, so I delivered my last load, and I'm heading for the truck stop that I normally park my truck at. Well, like literally right when I get onto the freeway, I get a call from another DM saying, hey, I have this driver that's at this location. I was just wondering if you could go by and like check it out for me. Um, I don't want him to get towed. He's not answering his phone. Yada yada yada. I'm like, okay. Like, I literally just left that location. That's where I was, and I'm like, I didn't see any other drivers from our company there. But I'll go back. So I turned around, went back. Nothing there. Checked across the street because there was a Walmart across the street. Nothing there. I went all the way around it, and my DM was like, well, he normally parks at the Petro. I was like, alright. So I drive out there, which is not where I normally park for home time because it's pretty far from where I live. But, so I get out here, and I was like, hey, I see a truck. Is this the number? He's like, yeah, that's the number. I was like, alright. So I have this thing going through my head. I have a friend who was a truck driver. Kind of the same thing happened to him. They found him in his truck. He's no longer with us. So, that's kind of the thought that's going through my head. So I get the truck open, and first thing I do is I look in the back, and nobody back there. I was like, okay. Truck's cleaned out. He basically abandoned the truck, which, not cool, So, I gotta leave the key here with the desk person, manager, actually, and, yeah, so, that was my day. Now, because normally, I would get done with my last load, go to the truck stop, my wife would come pick me up, I'd take her to work, and then I'd have the car for the rest of the day. Well, because of all the running around and stuff, she's already at work, and I'm here. So I gotta make some phone calls and see if I can get a ride, or chill here until 9 o'clock tonight, 10 o'clock tonight. Either way, I guess it's alright. I'm hungry, I need to eat. And I've never been to this truck stop, and I think I might start parking here for home time, because it is farther from my house, but I don't have to pay, because the other place was free, and then they just, like, recently, my last home time actually, they started charging. So I don't have to do that. Oh, and also because of what I did today, they said that they're going to I forget what they call it, like an honor reward or something like that. They're gonna shoot me some extra money. So yeah, yeah, man, it's working out pretty good. And you guys have watched me. Like, it gets stressful out here, That's just kind of part of the job. But a lot of my stresses were coming from, things that I need, or waiting for a pre-plan, or, fuel, especially DEF. So, a lot of that has been lifted off of me just from switching DMs. And like I said, I was nervous about switching DMs because I was getting used to the one that I had, and I was kind of, comfortable with him. And the guy that I have now, like, it seemed like I was getting a bad attitude from him before he was my DM, and so after my last, mess up with me being overweight, and my DM said, hey, I'm going to have you talk to so-and-so, I was like, oh, great. I'm gonna get chewed out over the phone here. And he got on the phone. He's like, "Hey, I just want to welcome you to my fleet. I'm gonna be the person you're calling from now on. If there's anything you need, let me know. I just like us to be on the same page." And it's been golden. It's been great. So, and we did talk. He brought me in, and we had a talk about that being overweight thing. He's like, "Listen," he's like, "I know you know what you did wrong. I know that you know what you need to do to fix it." And he went over some stuff with me about, if this is how much the axles weigh when you're empty. So if you're going to have a load that weighs this much, just weigh it. Even if you think you're good, common sense stuff. And the ironic part of it was I was trying to save time, and I ended up costing a lot more time and a lot more money than, if I would have just caught it and I could have taken it back to the shipper and have them unload me, and they would have been charged for it. So yeah, that was definitely my screw up. But we got it handled, we moved past it, and things are going good now. So anyway, this has been kind of a long one, I know. But yeah, so what I was going to say, if you guys have any issues with, your DM, your driver manager, ask for a switch. And if that doesn't fix it, then maybe you need to do something else, or figure something else out. And something local is still in my plans. And I told my new DM that. And I told him if you guys had something local where I live, because they do offer local positions, but I don't live in an area where they have a terminal, so I can't go pick up my truck and drop it off there every day. Kind of makes sense. But if they had something local, I'd probably stick with them at least a little bit longer. But I still got my sights set on the tanker job. I mean, it's good money. So, and like I said, my goal is to make it so my wife doesn't have to work. And so yeah. Anyway, that's my life today. Reach for the sky. Thank a trucker.